Finally tonight, a terrible twist of fate. More than 5,000 Americans each year are diagnosed with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, the disease that took the life of the baseball great Lou Gehrig. Well, tonight, ABC's Judy Muller has the story of a man who has long been a warrior against that fatal affliction and now has fallen victim to it himself.
As strong as you can.
Good.
Okay.
Rick Olney has ALS, a neuromuscular disease that takes away the ability to walk, to talk, and eventually to breathe. Perhaps no ALS patient has ever been so well informed.
You know exactly what I'm about to do.
That's because he taught her what to do. After years of researching and treating hundreds of people with ALS, Dr. Olney was diagnosed with it himself late last year. What was your reaction, in a word?
Well,
Ironic. Olney founded the ALS Center at the University of California, San Francisco. He is revered for the empathy he displayed with patients.
Hey, Rick. I would sit with him as he spent 2 and 3 hours with patients, talking to them about their diagnosis, examining them. Blow it out, little more.
ALS, often called Lou Gehrig's disease,
Suck it in.
randomly strikes 1 in 1,000 people. It is not contagious.
Blow. Little more.
How did the staff react when you heard that he...
We all cried.
So did his patients. Cards and letters poured in. Some came to tell him in person.
he's had it for less than half the time I have, and has progressed much further. And for me, that's very difficult because it's not fair.
Dr. Olney's ALS is particularly aggressive. In just a matter of months, he went from being an active backpacker to a man dependent on others to move him from place to place.
We're trying to get to have your dad sit right here, actually.
He is now captive to the disease he once hoped to help cure. Did you believe there'd be a cure?
I'm not getting my career would probably have a cure.
You thought you'd have a cure in your career. With no cure in sight and with just months to live, Dr. Olney has found a way to live as full a life as possible.
I accept the things that I cannot change.
I accept the things I cannot change. And he changes the things he can. Knowing what was ahead of him, he recorded this public service announcement.
We're learning more about ALS, but we have not found the cure.
He installed a ramp at his home and even recorded phrases into a computer program so that he could communicate once his voice failed him.
It's good to see you.
Meanwhile, he still participates in research, this time as a patient.
Okay, Rick, could you bring this leg towards the ceiling?
Do you have any questions about your medication?
He wouldn't. Dr. Olney designed the very drug study he is now participating in. It is a double-blind study, so neither the doctors nor patients know if they are getting the drug or the placebo. The ultimate irony, perhaps, is that Dr. Olney is still doing research, and he is still caring for others.
I love you.
For just as long as he can. Judy Muller, ABC News, San Francisco.
A man making the most of his life, still healing, still teaching, and we wish him the best.